Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. We never heeded what he said, aye we took the pass. Sometimes to buy tobacco, sometimes to cool to lass. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. My neighbour was fine and he's a croon, never lost a heart. I myself was fine a croon for turning o'er the kirk. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. Now the time has come at last, we are going free. We'll take it into Tilford, have ourselves a spree. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. Aye, and when we get to Tilford, we'll make the Glasgow run. We'll tell them all the muses we had at Sleepy Tune. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. Maybe we'll see old Mitchell there, supping at his brows. I'll give him a linny my hanky to wipe his snottery nose. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian. Sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian, sing Irie-rie-rie-Arian.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, and welcome along. So, for anyone who doesn't know us, we're North Sea Gas. We're direct from Edinburgh, Scotland. And most of what we play is traditional Scottish songs and tunes. That was a bothy ballad called Sleepy Tune. Bothy ballads are traditional style of song from the northeast of Scotland. Gets confusing around here. We're going to go on with a set of tunes. We've got 3 tunes. The first one is a march called Crammond Island. Then we have a slip jig. Now, slip jigs are stereotypically Irish. This one isn't. It's definitely Scottish. I know that for a fact. I wrote it. And then we finish off as we normally do with a reel. This one's called The Cowshed. 2, 3. cheers.
Thank you very much. It was nothing at all. Well, not for me anyway. We're going to continue with a song everyone can sing along with. It's called I Know No. And everyone must sing. Here's the chorus. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. Okay? All together. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know. We can do better than that. Don't be shy. We're not. We're told we should be. You'll be wondering what the chorus is about. It's I know no, me love. We don't say yes in Scotland. We say I for yes. But this in this song, the I is not for yes. We have a very old saying which goes, it's I the same, meaning it's always the same. And the I's from there. It's always. The bonny wee lassie's answer was always no, no. Story of my life, basically. Chorus. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was wonderful. Here we go. Farewell to Glasgow City and farewell to Lanarkshire. Farewell, my dearest parents, you'll never see me more. For I am bound to go, my love, where no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. As for the one to pocket money, or for the one to cash, mix money a bonny laddie, leave his bonny lass. For I am bound to go, my love, where no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. Sing! I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. The Queen is wanting many, saying I for one must go. As for my very life, my dear, I'd any answer no. For I am bound to go, my love, where no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. I stay at home, my bonny lass, and dinna gang with me. For little day, you ken the dangers of the sea. For I am bound to go, my love, where no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. The fervent love I bear for you is honest, true and kind. You're always bidden to my view and never fee my mind. But I am bound to go, my love, for no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. Sing! I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. Farewell to Cask and sunny Braes, where oft did we have been. Farewell unto the banks of Clyde and bonny Glasgow Green. For I am bound to go, my love, where no one shall me know. And the bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. Sing! I know no, me love, I know no. The bonny wee lassie's answer was I know no. You may clap your hands. Go on. Go up. Ah, thank you. You're all wonderful singers, by the way. I wouldn't tell you a lie. Well, I would actually. I would. We're going to continue with a love song. No, not normally when I say we're going to continue with a love song, normally everyone goes, ah, just to help us get into the mood, you know. So we'll do that again. We're going to continue with a love song.
You all just made an old man very happy. Robert Burns was the national bard or national poet of Scotland, and he wrote many wonderful songs, especially love songs. And one of the most famous is Ye Banks and Braes.
Banks and braes, bonny Doon, how can ye bloom so fresh and fair? How can ye chant, ye little bird, and I say weary, okay. You'll break my heart, ye warbling bird that wantons through the flowery thorn. Remind me, oh, departed joy, departed never to return. After I roved by bonny Doon to see the rose and woodbine twine, and ilk a bird sang oh its love, and fondly say did I, oh my. We some herbs I put a rose so sweet upon the thorny tree, but my false love, she stole my rose, but she left the thorn with me. Ye banks and braes of bonny Doon, how can ye bloom so fresh and fair? How can ye chant, the little bird, and I say weary, okay. You'll break my heart, ye warbling bird that wantons through the flowery thorn. Remind me, oh, departed joy, departed never to return.
So 2020 was kind of a big year for the band. It was the band's 40th anniversary. Let me- And we had big plans, big ideas, big tours organised, etc. And then, well, 2020 happened. So we thought, no big problem, we'll just move everything into 2021. That didn't go well. So this year is basically the third 40th anniversary of the band. And we thought, what can we do for this? And the answer was, not a lot. There was like a lockdown and things, you know. So we made a new CD, as you do. It's a triple CD compilation with tracks from every album the band's ever made, going back to the early days when Dave was recording on big wax cylinders.
No, I wasn't. That's right.
And this is the point where I normally say that album is on sale at the back. Yeah, one slight issue with that as well. We are pretty much at the end of our tour. And we have sold out the CDs. Trust me, that is not a bad problem to have. But we do have a few of the previous CD left, the Hearth and Homeland, but we do not have the latest one. What you can do, if you really want a copy, is if you go to our website, just put North Sea Gas into Google, we're the first page there that doesn't involve oil. You go to our website and order it through the website. It is pretty much the same price as we were charging from over here, and I will get them posted out as soon as I'm back in the right time zone, which will be next week, by the way. So anyway, where was I going with it? So yeah, one of the songs that's on it is it's actually another love song.
Yes, it's
Probably a true love song, this
a
one,
true
isn't it?
love, a true Scottish love song. Yeah.
It's a song about drinking. It's called Take Me Out Drinking Tonight.
Good idea.
When these shoes were new, it was how do you do. It was whiskey and the telling of tales. When my shirt was clean, I was there to be seen. I'd clear eyes and the smile never failed. All of my brothers that I met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day, and restore to my eyes what's clear and what's right. Won't you take me out drinking tonight? Honey, take me out drinking tonight. Welsh bluebells on matches, stains on the table, the sweet smell of the luscious woodbine. Oh, Mr. McEwen, you will be my ruin. I say it, but I really don't mind. All of my brothers that I met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day,
and restore to my eyes what's clear and what's right. Won't you take me out drinking tonight? Honey, take me out drinking tonight.
Well, I'm still smiling through, though there's stains on me shoes. The right is heavy, while the left it is right. If it was left up to you, I know what you do. You take me out drinking tonight. Honey, take me out drinking tonight.
All of my brothers that I met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day, and restore to my eye what's clear and what's right. Won't you take me out drinking tonight? Honey, take me out drinking tonight. All of my brothers that I met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day, and restore to my eye what's clear and what's right. Won't you take me out drinking tonight? Honey, take me out drinking tonight. Honey, take me out drinking tonight.
Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. That's the chorus of the next song.
A Scottish song against drinking.
Just trying to balance things up here as we go, like.
Yeah, basically around the same time as the Prohibition over here, there was a group in Britain called the Temperance Society, and they said that alcohol was the root of all evil, and no one should drink.
Yeah.
They did not do very well in Scotland.
No, they were not popular.
But they did have some decent songs. And in true Scottish tradition, we still sing these songs 100 years later in the pub.
Yeah, I'm a weaver, a Calton weaver. I'm a rash and a roving blade. I got silver in my pocket, and I follow a roving trade. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. As I came down through Glasgow City, Nancy whiskey, a chance to smell. I went inside, sat down beside her. For 7 long years she served me well. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. The more I kissed her, the more I loved her. The more I kissed her, the more she smiled. I forgot my mother's teaching. Nancy sure had me beguiled. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. I rose up early in the morning to shake my thirst. It was my need. I tried to ride, but I was not able. Nancy had me by the heel. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. I'm going back to the cows and weaving. I'll surely make those shadows fly, and cursed be on a Nancy whiskey, for Nancy whiskey has ruined I. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey, 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 Nancy, oh. Come on, you weavers, you Carlton weavers, come on, you weavers, whatever you be, beware of the whiskey, Nancy whiskey. She'll ruin you and she'll ruin me. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. You may clap your hands. Everybody! Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Now for something completely different. Grant's going to sing this next song for you. As I said, Grant's going to sing this next song for you. So anyone needing the toilet, now's the time to go. Yeah. Now, Bonnie kid, come on. It's a little thing called Drinking with Rosie. It has a chorus you can sing along with. Please do.
When I was a nipper, I had this one wish, to marry a girl who could drink like a fish. She'd never complain when I came in late, 'cause she'd be in an equally horrible state. When I drank the beer, old Rosie drank gin. She'd just open her mouth and she'd shovel it in. Then she'd start to sing songs that a girl shouldn't sing. When Rosie was drinking with me, everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie. When Rosie was drinking with me, she never had eyes for good-looking guys. I was the apple of her old mince pies.
Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me.
Every Saturday night we'd have a good scrub and go for a drink down at the pub. We'd have a few jars and a bit of a croon, and no one would care if you
Sang out a tune!
Really?
Sorry.
Well, old Joe's piano was as old as can be, and the woman who played it was 107.
7.
Oh, she was. And she grabbed handfuls of notes in no particular key when Rosie was drinking with me.
Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me. She never had eyes for good-looking guys. I was the apple of her old mince pie. Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me.
A fella once said she should drink from a trough. In no uncertain terms she told him where to get off. And after she clocked him, we counted to 10. We helped him get up, and then she kneed him again. Yeah. Ouch. Well, one thing for Rosie, she does a good job. That fella he wished he'd never opened his gob. Then she'd take on the pub for a couple of bob when Rosie was drinking with me.
Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me. She never had eyes for good-looking guys. I was the apple of her old mince pie. Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me.
Go on, give it a try.
Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me. She never had eyes for good-looking guys. I was the apple of her old mince pie. Everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me.
Yes, everybody wanted to go drinking with Rosie when Rosie was drinking with me.
Oh, yeah.
Please
You
don't
get-
encourage him. Don't encourage him.
You get all the classics here.
Later. This is, I don't know how to put this one. I'll just come out with it. It's an English song. But it's a good English song. There's not many of them about. Anyone here from England? Yeah, people tend not to admit that. Yeah, a very, very old song called Over the Hills and Far Away. Now, this song's origins go way, way back. It's first written down in 1602, and even then it's marked as an old song, so obviously it starts way, way back. This version's slightly more up to date. It comes from the Napoleonic Wars. It's about as modern as we get. And I say, Over the Hills and Far Away, it's quite strange. We learnt the song, 10, 12 years ago. But as long as Dave's been playing guitar, he's been getting requests for this one.
That's very true. That's very, very true. I remember way back in the early days when I was plying my trade in the Edinburgh bars as a young man. There was hardly a night went by without someone approaching me and saying, "Could you sing Over the Hills and Far Away?" And I never knew the song. Here's 40 shillings on the drum for those who volunteer to come, enlist and fight the foe today. over the hills and far away.
O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
When duty calls me, I must go and stand and face another foe. But part of me will always stray over the hills and far away.
O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
If I should fall to rise no more, like many comrades did before, then ask the pipes and drums to play over the hills and far away.
O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
So fallen lads behind the drum, with colours blazing like the sun, along the road to come what may, over the hills and far away.
O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey,
Over the hills,
over the hills, over the hills and far, far away.
Chariot rolling.
Okay, we're going to change things again. This next song's a sea shanty, a song that sailors would sing, a real macho song, a man's song. They'll be coming in later. Yeah. It's called Roll the Old Chariot. So it's got a one-line kind of refrain all the way through it. The last line of every verse and the last line of every chorus is the same line. And we'd like you to sing along with us on that line. It's very simple. Concentrate.
We'll be all right if the wind within our sails. We'd be all right if the wind within our sails. We'd be all right if the wind within our sails. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. We'll be all right if we make it round the horn. We'd be all right if we make it round the horn. We'd be all right if we make it round the horn, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, the knights on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Well, the knights on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Well, the knights on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, another sack of gold wouldn't do us any harm. Well, another sack of gold wouldn't do us any harm. Well, another sack of gold wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. You're too kind.
Cheers. We're, actually, before we do that, I was just thinking, another glorious day out there, weather-wise. But earlier in the week, we had more Scottish-like conditions, shall we say. And, where was I going with that? Yeah. Now, it reminds me, we were just, before we came on tour, I was just walking down the road, absolutely chucking it down with rain. And I saw this old guy standing fishing into a puddle. I thought, uh-oh, something not right here. So I went up to him and said, come on, there's a pub over the road. We'll go into the pub, I'll get you a beer, get you dried off, warmed up a bit. So went into the pub, got him a beer, and we're talking away, and I said to the guy, so have you caught anything out there fishing? The guy looked at him and said, yeah, you're the sixth one today. We're going to do another set of tunes. We've got 3 tunes here. 3 reels this time. Frank's reel, Hull's reel, and The Road to Errogee. If we get that far.
If we get that far.
Two, three, four.
Had a lot of requests for this song. I asked for it. A little thing called Caledonia. All about being far away from Scotland and missing it. We know how that feels. The name Caledonia is a name that the Romans gave to Scotland. And we still use it to this day, but normally it's kind of in the romantic sense of things, you know. It goes like this. Well, I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I came from. And that's the reason why I seem so far away today.
Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, no, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Well, I've moved and kept on moving, proved the point that I needed proving. Lost some friends that I needed losing, but others on the way. And I've kissed the ladies, I've left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. Shadowed wide, with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, no, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. While I'm sitting here beside the fire, an empty room, the forest choir, the flames that couldn't get any higher, they've withered now, they've gone. But I'm steady thinking, my way is clear, I know what I must do tomorrow. When the hands are shaking and the kisses flow, then I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, no, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, no, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Thank you very much. Oh. Hang on, Dave. Yeah.
Is it? I'm sorry about that.
I think we're going to do one more and give you a short break. I think you deserve it. We're going to finish the first set with a song called A Little Bit More. A little Irish song. We don't do many of them, but this is one. A little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more.
Where have I heard that before?
That would have been, no, that's no. Two, three, four.
When I was young, my father said, time the children went to bed, we would always shout and roar, want to stay up just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. And when the morning came along, you could hear that same old song. When they came a knocking at the door, wanna lie on just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. I met a girl called Mary Rose, said, young girl, like to kiss your nose. She said, I've met you like before, all you want is a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. The barman said there's no more beer, drink up your drink, get out of here. So you see them hanging round the door, hoping to get in for a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. When your days are nearly done, before you cross that Rubicon, the doctor says your time is o'er, but you pray to the Lord for a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more. Little bit more, a little bit more, not very much, just a little bit more.
Cheers. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Norsey Gas. Don't forget to check the Music Group Facebook page and Music Group Music5.com for upcoming shows. Next week, Music Room on Thursday, we have the Adam Ezra Group. And then on Friday, we have Vanessa Collier. And Saturday, we have some reggae with Scotalites. Stick around, watch the video. Dorsey Gas will be right back.
Says I, my young lassie, the road of the distance, but you'll permit me I'll show you the road and the miles. At once she consented and gave me her own. Not a word did I speak with that lassie my fee. She appeared like an angel in feature and form as she walked by my side on the road to Dundee. At length with her horse Strathmartin behind us, and the spires of the town and full view we could see. Pentland Skerries, from Skye to Colonsay, from Stafford to Iona, and the sands of Castle Bay. Each island has its magic and holds men in its thrall. Ah, but always in my dreams I'll see the lights. 'Twas there one summer night, boys, we strolled hand in hand, listening to the sea waves whisper softly on the strand. 'Twas there she said she loved me, that she would be my all. Oh, how the moonbeams danced that night on lovely Lochendal. So from Mull to the Pentland Skerries, from Skye to Colonsay, from Stafford to Iona, and the sands of Castle Bay. Each island has its magic and holds men in its thrall. Ah, but always in my dreams I'll see the light. Yes, but always in my dreams I'll see the lights on Lochend.
Restore me the rocks where the snowflake reposes, ere they still be sacred to freedom and love. Yet Caledonia, how dear are thy mountains, and around thy white summits, oh, elements may war, like Cataract homestead. Oh, sweet flowing fountains, I sigh for the valley of dark Loch Years have rolled on Loch Nagar since I left you, and blow the wind west, Kadishtier, homeward with me. Altered isle of the sea, ringing solace to of the west, Kaddish Theatre, calling to me, calling over the breeze, o'er the far distant seas. Blow the wind west, Kaddish Theatre, homeward with me. Welcome awaits Kaddish Theatre for you and for me. Our band of gold on the gleam, binding twilight with dreams. Blow the wind west, Kaddish Theatre, homeward with me.
Away, ye landscapes, ye gardens of roses, in you let winds all luxury roll, and restore the rock where the snowflake reposes, if still they are sacred to freedom and love. Brave Caledonia, dear are thy mountains, round their white summits go elements war. Though cataracts roar, instead of smooth flowing fountain, I sigh for the valley of dark Lord Nagar. There my young footsteps in infancy wandered, my cap was the bonnet, my cloak was the blade, on chieftains departed, my memory lingered as daily I strayed through the pine-covered glade. I sought not my home till the day's dying glory gave place to the rays o' the bright polar star. My fancy was cheered by the bold martial story as told by the sons o' dark Loch Nagar. Years have rolled on Loch Nagar since I left you. Years must roll on ere I see you again. Though nature of verdure and flowers bereft you, yet still art thou dearer than Albion's plain. England, thy beauties are tame and domestic to one who has roved on the mountains afar. Oh, for the crags that are wild and majestic, the steep frowning glories of dark Loch Nagar. Brave Caledonia, dear are thy mountains, I sigh for the valley of dark Loch Nagar. You'll start now the
brave did no vision foreboding tell you that fate had forsaken our cause. Yet were you destined to die at Culloden, though victory crowned not your fall with applause. Yet were you happy in death's earthy slumbers, to sleep with your clan in the caves of Rema. The pibroch resounds to the pipers' loud numbers. Your deeds stay the echoes of dark Loch Nagar. Your deeds stay the echoes of dark Loch Nagar. Your deeds stay the echoes of dark Loch Nagar. Your deeds stay the echoes of dark Loch Nagar. Brave Caledonia, dear are thy mountains. I sigh for the valley of dark Loch Nagar.
Anna Benachi, on the day of days, seaward I gazed, watching Kishma's galley sailing. Ahi, aho. Bravely against wind and tide, they have brought her to meet Kishma's walls, Kishma's castle, our ancient glory. Ahi, aho. Here's red wine and feast for heroes, and harping too, watching Kishma's galley sailing. Ahi, aho.
There's a good old Scottish custom that has stood the test of time. It's a custom that's been carried out in every land and clime where brother Scots are gathered. It's aye the usual thing. Just before we say goodnight, we fill our cups and sing. Just a wee Doc and Doris, just a wee drap that's all, just a wee Doc and Doris. Afore we gang awa, there's a wee wifey waiting in a wee Barton Ben. If you can say it's a Brobrick Moonlick Nick where you are it, you can. Now I like a man who is a man who's straight and fair, the sort of man who will and can in all things do his share. I like a man, a jolly man, the sort of man you know, the chap that slaps your back and says, "Here, Jock, before you go." Just a wee dark and Doris, just a wee drap that's all, just a wee dark and Doris, afore we gang a wall. There's a wee wifey waiting in a wee Barton Ben. If you can say it's a Brobrick Moonlick Nick where you're arick, you can. If you can say it's a Brobrick Moonlick Nick where you're arick, you can.
Those of you who are in the army will remember your first day in being taught how to walk. They called it marching, but it was the same thing, you know. And there's an idiot of a sergeant roaring and bawling at you. When you put your left leg forward, put your right arm forward and vice versa. Well, that's actually what you've been doing all your life, but you never thought of it. Suddenly you're thinking about it, so he's got 33 of you walking along the road, sort of Andy-Pandy fashion, you know. So I wrote this wee song.
We don't play Edinburgh very often these days. Thank you. What's the first band you want?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for some more music?
Mormon.
Put your hands together, one look back, one seat, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Fare ye morning breeze, when oft times I've been cheery. Fare ye morning breeze, where I lost my dearie. as I get in by Strickington, had the fair mid-morning. She was making a silk complaint that her true love never returning. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, say I lost my dearie. Many the get fish to the sea, ever yet was taken. I'll cast my net and try again, I'm only and forsaken. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, say I lost my dearie. Many's the horse that's snapped and fun, risen again through and lee. Many's the lass as the Luxter lad got another right early. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, say I lost my dearie. I'll put on my Maginot Green, it's a forsaken token. I will let the young lads know the bonds of love are broken. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, say I lost my dearie. I'll get back to Strickington, that I was bred and born in. There I'll find another fine lad to marry me in the morning. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, there I lost my dearie. Fair you William Armand Brace, what oft times I've been cheery. Fair you William Armand Brace, there I lost my dearie.
Thank you. So we started the first half of the song from the Northeast, and same with the second half. That was the Mormon Braes. We're going to go on with a song we recorded for the latest album, as well as being a compilation. We recorded 4 new tracks as well. I think we'll get around to all of them in this half. Starting with this one, it's a song called Montrose, and I'll let Dave explain this one because I don't understand a word of it.
It's all about the Marquess of Montrose, a very interesting character in Scottish history. He was actually the general for the Covenanters and won a few battles, and then decided to change sides, which did not make him popular at all in Scotland. And he began fighting for King Charles I of England and won many, many battles. He was very victorious, which made him even more unpopular in Scotland. But like all good generals, he eventually lost a battle and was captured, taken to Edinburgh and put on trial. And they charged him with everything they could possibly think of. Parking his horse and double yellow lines, everything, And all the charges stuck, and they were eventually put down as to be hung, drawn and quartered in the high streets of Edinburgh. Yeah.
That pretty much put an end to his career.
It did. But I give King Charles his due. He called him the Great Montrose, and when he eventually did become in charge of Scotland, he went hunting for the body parts and reinterred them in St Giles Cathedral, where he lies to this day.
pretty much scant consolation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Still very gay.
And the historian I was reading the article about Montrose, he actually described him as being leading his enemies a merry dance around Scotland. And I used that kind of thing for the chorus, you know. So I hope you like it. I don't care, I just hope you like it. Montrose.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell.
In Aberdeen and Tippermuir, they remember you were there. And Alford and the Aldermuir, you played them up his sair.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell.
Oh, the guy who ruled the day in the lucky field, when you chased him for his castle, your fate was surely sealed.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell.
Held his land within your hand, north, south, east and west. 6,000 men in Kilsyth field, you left them there to rest.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell.
Leslie, you met your match in the rout of Philip Hall, and in the car and saw the end in the fields of Ruddy Gore.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell.
Ah, but there you stand on gallows high, in Edinburgh town, and your enemies in the high street throng to see you tumbling down.
Oh Montrose, they say that ye dance so well. There are those who will never rest until you dance in hell. Oh Montrose, they say that you're in hell. If there's any man, you surely can you be dancing there as well.
Hut! Clap your hands! Okay, it's time for a love song.
Sorry, those might be tunes, but we'll do rigs.
A song called The Rigs of Rye, taken from the Hearth and Homeland or Hearth and Homeland CD on sale up there.
Yeah.
It's a very, very old Scottish song, one of the oldest ones. I like old Scottish songs, obviously. But I also like songs that have a chorus. And this song did not have a chorus. So I wrote a chorus for it. Now, some people in the folk industry say you cannot write choruses or new verses for old songs. And I agree with them. But I done it anyway, so okay. I hope you like it. The Rigs of Rye. If you can catch the chorus, please sing along.
Fine.
I'm talking to the band. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Was in the month, oh sweet July, before the sun had pierced the sky, was in between the rigs o' rye. I heard twa lovers talking, when the lad said, lassie, I must away, for I have no longer time to stay. But I've a word or two to say, if you have the time to tarry. Oh, the rigs o' rye sway to and fro, as the wind blows seed and nature sows. As season passes, the rye will grow. Oh, the rigs o' rye grow freely. Well, the feather o' ye, he takes great care, and your mother combs down your yellow hair. But your sister says that you'll get no share if you go with me, a stranger. Let my father fret, let my mother frown. My sister's words I do disown. If they were dead and below the ground, I would go with you, a stranger. Oh, the rigs o' rye sway to and fro, as the wind blows seed and nature sows. As season passes, the rye will grow. Oh, the rigs o' rye grow freely. But lassie, lassie, your fortune's small, and maybe ye will hae nane at all. You're no a match for me at all. Go lay your love on another. This lassie's courage began to fail. The rosy cheeks, they grew wan and pale, and tears came trickling down like hail, or a heavy shower in the summer. Oh, the rigs o' rye sway to and fro, as the wind blows seed and nature sows. As season passes, the rye will grow. Oh, the rigs o' rye grow freely. But he's ta'en his handkerchief linen fine, and he's wiped her cheeks and he's kissed her in, saying, lassie, lassie, you shall be mine. For I only thought to try you, this laddie being no courage bold, for a gallant chief just 19 years old, and he's raised the hills and the valleys o'er, and the bonny lass has gone with him. Oh, the rigs o' rye sway to and fro, as the wind blows seed and nature sows. As season passes, the rye will grow. Oh, the rigs o' rye grow freely. As season passes, the rye will grow. Oh, the rigs o' rye grow freely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that light has just started strobing. You
We're
know,
going to do a contemporary song.
yes.
Yeah. We don't do many contemporary songs, but this is one of them. It's called The Mission Hall.
A song for Glasgow.
It tells that the Mission Hall was a dance hall in Glasgow. And the song basically tells of a young couple who go to the dancing there, and they meet at the dancing and fall in love. Yeah. And then they have a child together. And then everything goes wrong. Basically, the girl decides she wants to go to London on her own, and does, and leaves the man holding the baby in Glasgow. Yeah. Now the song is taken from the perspective of the man, and he's not happy at all. In fact, he's very angry and very bitter, very, very bitter. So the chorus is very bitter, but it's a good chorus. But sing along anyway.
Can I just grab? I've got a slight problem up here with one of the lights. That light is strobing. It's flashing on and off constantly at me, and it's. Just that one.
I know.
Right on me.
The Mission Hall.
When you're walking the London River, when you're strolling down the mall, night shift ends in a Soho barroom. Think on back to the Mission Hall. Winter's driven across the sea now. Rain is freezing on the wall. Dews and spatters by the chimney on the roof of the Mission Hall. Oh, summer days and smiling faces waiting for the night to fall, making eyes and saving wages for the dance at the Mission Hall. And when you're walking the London River, when you're strolling down the mall, night shift ends in a Soho barroom, then come back to the Mission Hall. And when I saw her, I could have hugged her. I'm so young, with a kindly brow, breaking hearts with foolish glances, breaking lives with foolish vows. Well, now they say the sweetest kisses surely hide the darkest soul. And for all her love was tender, her heart was black as a winter cold. And when you're walking the London River, when you're strolling down the mall, night shift ends in a Soho barroom, then come back to the Mission Hall. Well, she saved the fare for the train to Euston, fought around, then shot the crow, blew a kiss and blessed the baby. It broke my heart to see her go. Well, fortune cheats when fortune gambles, makes you walk when you can't crawl. Fortune pulled a blinder on me by the shade of the mission hall. And when you're walking the London River, when you're strolling down the mall, night shift ends in a Soho barroom, then come back to the mission hall. And when you're walking the London River, when you're strolling down the mall, night shift ends in a Soho barroom, then come back to the mission hall. Then come back to the mission hall. Then come back to the mission hall.
Thank you.
We're going to do another set of tunes for you. We have 3 tunes again, starting off with a waltz this time, called Montgomery Bell. Then we have 2 reels. We have the High Drive and we have Catharsis. Maybe. Hopefully.
I don't think so, no. We're going to ask Grant to do another song for you, because the first half was so successful. There's a little song which we heard in America for the first time we heard it, and we thought we could use that, and it just seemed perfect for Grant to sing this song. It's called "I Just Don't Look Good Naked Anymore."
Yeah, the reason I landed up with this one was I'm the only one up here that can remember when I did. Talking about that, 40 years on the road, getting older. It was, Dave here just a while ago was getting a bit concerned about his wife.
I was, yeah.
Getting concerned that she might be losing her hearing a bit. So he went and stood 30 feet behind her and said, "Can you hear me?" Nothing. 20 feet behind her. "What about now? Can you hear me now?" No, still nothing. 10 feet behind her. "What about now? Can you hear what I'm saying to you?" No. So eventually he's standing right behind her and says, "Can you hear me talking to you?" And she turned around and said, "For the 4th time, yes."
True story, I'm afraid. Yeah.
I just don't look good naked anymore. I stepped out of the shower, got a good look at myself. A bald-headed, pot-bellied man I thought was somebody else. I caught my reflection in the mirror on the bathroom door. I just don't look good naked anymore.
He just don't look good naked
Anymore.
So I'm going upstairs, turn that mirror to the wall. Well, I hung it there when I was slim and tall. I'd stand there for hours, flex and strut, until my arms got sore. I just don't look good naked anymore.
He just don't look good naked.
Well, me and the wife had a dance routine everyone said was unique. Now it's only when we're back to back that we're dancing cheek to cheek. So I went to the doctor for my annual medical exam. Stood there in the buff when finally he said, "Man." I said, "What is it, doc? Some fatal disease?" "Well, you know I've got to know the score." He said, "No, you just don't look good naked anymore."
He just don't look good.
So then I went to the nudie beach to have me some seaside fun. Stretched out in my birthday suit, soaking up the sun. Somebody yelled, "There's an old white whale washed up on the shore." I just don't look good naked anymore.
He just don't look.
Yeah, my heart just fell, my waist went to hell, and my butt's a dragging the floor. I just don't look good naked anymore.
He just don't look.
We just don't look good naked anymore. think we might have to do that one again.
Yeah. Causing an argument back up there. Eh? Here's a song called the Mingulay Boat Song. Mingulay is an island of the northwest of Scotland. No longer inhabited, but at one time there was a thriving fishing community there. And this song is basically about the fishing community and the people. We have a problem with this song, though.
Yeah.
We do have a problem with this song.
It's all about the fishing boats coming back into port, and the wives are waiting there for their men to come back, and the boats are full of fish. None of them sank. Everyone's happy.
Nobody died.
We're not convinced it's Scottish.
No.
Written by a passing Irishman.
Probably, yeah.
So Mingulay, it's an island, small island.
Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys. Swing her head round and all together. Heel ya ho, boys, and we'll anchor as the sun sets on Mingulay. What care we though white minches? What care we for the wind or the weather? Swing her head round every inches, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys. Swing her head round and all together. Heel ya ho, boys, and we'll anchor as the sun sets on Mingulay. Wives are waiting by the harbour. They've been waiting since break of day, boys. They've been waiting for their loved ones, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys. Swing her head round and all together. Heel ya ho, boys, and we'll anchor as the sun sets on Mingulay. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys. Swing her head round and all together. Heel ya ho, boys, and we'll anchor as the sun sets on Mingulay. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys. Swing her head round and all together. Heel ya ho, boys, and we'll anchor as the sun sets on Mingulay.
I was sitting on a bus, and the kid in front of me kept turning around and, pulling faces at me. Eventually I said to him, my mum always told me if I kept pulling faces like that, my face would stick that way. Kid turned round and said, well, you can't say you weren't warned. Little. Some more tunes, moving on swiftly. 3 tunes, Actually, 3 tunes I wrote myself. We have a pipe march called Blackford Hill. Then we have a jig called The Little Scientist. And finishing off as usual with a reel. This one's called The Lockdown Reel. Now, in the first half we played one of my tunes that I said was stereotypically Irish, but was definitely written by me. This reel is probably the most bluegrass sounding thing you will ever hear. It was definitely written in my apartment in Edinburgh, and I suspect I was probably drinking bourbon at the time. unfortunately, it's come to kind of that time of night. We've got to wrap things up, rush away to another show in February. Thanks a lot for coming along. First time we've been here. It's a great venue you got here. And yeah, it's always good fun to be back on the Cape. We're going to leave you with the title track of the latest CD that is not on sale over there. It's called A Long Road, a song that Dave wrote, celebrating, commiserating,
Maybe.
40 years on the road. It's called A Long Road. Thanks very much. See you again. Wow.
That just came off.
That's not going to help. That shouldn't be possible.
Major incident.
Yeah. That's never happened before. Oh no, I'll tell you what, I'll show you what's happened. It's actually come off. No, the cork on the bottom's detached from the metal.
We almost lost the fiddle there. Could have been a good night.
Two, three, four.
Been a long road, long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play.
Take your guitar and strum a few bars, sing a song, and everyone sing. The banjos picked lightly, the fiddles both sprightly, that's how the journey begins.
Been a long road, long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play.
We'll drink a few ales and we'll tell some old tales of places and people we know. Songs both new and old, tunes played brisk and bold, making friends on the road as we go.
Been a long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play.
The night's at an end, it's goodbye to our friends. Lift your voices and sing along. The evening has flown, it's time to head home. We're back on the road and we're gone.
Been a long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play.
To our friends on the road who help carry the load, and to those who have gone on before. In the bar at the pearly gate, we'll sing with all our mates songs forevermore.
Been a long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play. Been a long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled
to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play. Been a long road, long road we followed. Been a long road we travelled to be here today. Through good times and hard times, we laughed and we quarrelled, but we travelled a long road to sing and to play.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
One more. Okay, we'll do one more for you. Of course we will. I was going to say you've came a long way, but it's us that's came a long way. We'll do a song all about an Irishman who goes to Scotland with the army and falls in love with a girl up in the Fyvie, northeast of Scotland. Falls in love with her, asks her to marry him, but she won't go with him or marry him, and he dies of a broken heart. Now that's a Scottish song. There you go. Well, the Bonnie Lass of Fyvie.
What are you doing to that poor guitar?
Close enough for this place. Yeah.
Careful, we haven't been paid yet.
Oh, sorry. The Bonnie Lass of Fyvie. There once was a troop o' Irish dragoons come marching down through Fyvie, oh. The captain fell in love wi' a very bonny lass. Her name it was cried Paddy Peggy, oh. Oh, come down the stair, Paddy Peggy, my dear. Come down the stair, Paddy Peggy, oh. Oh, come down the stair, tie back your yellow hair. Tak the last farewell o' your mammy, oh. Now there's money a bonny lass in the Howick to lass. There's money a bonny lass in the Geary, oh. There's money a bonny Jean in the tune of Aberdeen. But the plural o' them all lies up in Fyvie, oh. Fyvie, oh. Fyvie, oh. I never did intend a soldier's wife for to be. I never will marry a soldier, oh. I never did intend to gang to a foreign land, so I never will marry a soldier, oh. A soldier's wife he never shall be. You'll be a captain's lady, oh. The regiment will stand with their hats in their hand and bow to the presence of my Peggy, oh. Now there's money a bonny lass in the Howick to lass. There's money a bonny lass in the Geary, oh. There's money a bonny Jean in the tune of Aberdeen. But the plural them all lies up in Fyvie, oh. Fyvie, oh. Fyvie, oh. The colonel he shouts, now mount, boys, mount. The captain he cried, oh tarry, oh tarry for a while, for another day or twa, till I see if this bonny lass will marry, oh. It was in the early morning when we marched the wall, and oh how our captain was sorry, oh. The drums he did beat out, the bonny braes they geet, and the pipes played the lowlands of Fivey, oh. Now there's money a bonny lass in the how at the lass, there's money a bonny lass in the geary, oh. There's money a bonny cheen in the tune of Aberdeen, but the plural them all lies up in Fivey, oh. Fivey, oh, Fivey, oh. Along ere we come by old Meldrum too, we had your captain to carry, oh. And long ere we come by bonny Aberdeen, we had your captain to bury, oh. Oh, green grow the birks on bonny Ivonside, and low lie the lowlands of Fivey, oh. The captain's name was Ned, and he died for the maid. He died for the bonny lass of Fivey, oh. Now there's money a bonny lass in the how at the lass, there's money a bonny lass in the geary, oh. There's money a bonny cheen in the tune of Aberdeen, but the plural them all lies up in Fivey, oh. Fivey, oh, Fivey, oh. Clap your hands. Fivey, oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for North Sea Gas. North Sea Gas, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Platform 1 back in the day at the Pally in Edinburgh. My husband and I got engaged.
Don't forget to check the Music Ring Facebook page at musicringcapecod.com for upcoming shows. want to hear some more North Sea Gas? Let them hear you.
I'm a cat, I'm a Glasgow cat, and my name is Sandra Skull. I've got claws in my paws like a crocodile's jaws, and a head like a farmer's bull.